What's up, YouTube? I'm Z, and this channel shows you the world through my lens. I saw all the comments from you guys, so I am back very shortly. I was here, like a day ago? I don't know when I dropped it. I think yesterday, a day ago. And I'm checking out How I Met My Ex. I saw you guys say that I need to check this out before I move on to the new album. A couple of you were saying that there might be other stuff I should check out. Why don't we comment on this video? So I checked out the previous album, Psychodrama. I've checked out 19th Birthday, and now I'm doing How I Met My Ex. Is there anything else you think I should listen to before? I've also done the Black Box Freestyle, and then some of the newer stuff as well. But is there anything else I should listen to before I get into We're All Alone in This Together? I'm super excited. A lot of you have been talking about it. And then I noticed that a lot of my favorite reactors have actually done reactions to it. And they were talking, or like in their titles, they were saying that it was something that was really, really good. So I'm super excited to check it out. Let me know down below what that should be, like what I should check out before it, or if I'm ready, then I'll start right away. I do have to say, guys, like, again, I'm sitting here, I'm looking at this. It's 7.5 minutes long. Like, I don't know what you guys are trying to do to me, but I feel like this is going to be another heavy one. I don't know. We're here. We're going to check this out. Also, I did create a Dave playlist. I saw one of you commented. I was surprised I hadn't done it yet because I have reacted to many Dave tracks now, and I think I'm going to react to many, many more. So at the end of this video, I'll have the playlist up, and that way you can check if there's any Dave reactions that you've missed. You can catch up. Let's check it out.
Like, I met my girl when I was 18 years old, and she was just turning 23. I really love her from my heart. And even though I don't deserve it, fam, I hope she loves me. So I just done this private show, I'm doing Foot Locker promo. And judging from the postcode, it was Shoreditch or Soho. Did 6 or 7 tracks, made 6 or 7 racks. A couple days later on Twitter, I saw this photo of myself and I was grinning. That 4K camera quality, it got me tripping. So I'm checking out who did it when I stumbled on this girl. And I could tell that she was different. A couple hours later, now I'm liking all her pictures, I ain't finished. I typed her Twitter name into my Insta so I could check on every single little digit. Why didn't I just message her? Trust me, I was thinking, but I'm a self-centered rapper, too concerned about my image, the truth. So when she hit me first, I'm pretty shocked I didn't burst. I'm calling Josh, Jack and Just, who am I ringing first? Man, I was so excited that I replied a minute later. That's that bro, I think that you just let her know excited. Too excited, no clue on what I should do excited. So I'm just typing, rambling like a fool excited.
Man, like he just knows how to set things up. Like, there was no moment in that where I felt like it was an appropriate place for me to stop, because it felt like I was interrupting a story. Like, it just flows so well together. And sometimes you just have to interrupt it because it's just things that you need to talk about. On this one, we're kind of in this first verse, just setting the scene and kind of laying the groundwork for what's about to come. But at the end here, just, again, this is what makes music great to me, where it can either make you feel a feeling or remind you of a feeling that you've had before. And look at this part. The man, I was so excited that I replied a minute later. That's that, bro, I think you just let her know excited. And how many of us have been in that situation where we might have done exactly this? We replied back right away, or we were about to reply back right away, and we're like, oh, like, I don't want to come off as like too excited or too thirsty, so I'm going to wait a little bit before I reply. Again, this is what makes music great, when it can make you feel something or remind you of a feeling that you felt, the relatability. This is just verse 1. He's just laying the groundwork. This is, okay, I'm excited.
Look, and we were talking for hours over some minor things, ignoring everyone else to her, I'm replying quick. This type of chick, she got a spark like you were lighting spliffs. You know you like her when you're thinking about your words. She got me typing, deleting my messages, then rewriting, in the hope that there's a smile when she's replying. The highlight of my day, them phone calls in the night, it's the little things. The girl, she had a vibe and I liked it, and she's into photography, she's got a passion for it, and she respects that I'm rapping, but she ain't catting for it. See, that's the perfect balance. There's nothing better than a girl with talent, drive, ambition, all of them things above, she's showing in abundance. I ain't even met her yet, she works around the corner but lives just outside of London. I ain't fronting, I'm a sweet boy, intentions are in question, so my compliments are decoys, if that even makes sense. The first time I met her, I'm surrounded by my friends.
I'm a sweet boy, intentions are in question, so my compliments are decoys, if that even makes sense. I'm trying to think about that, because he said if that even makes sense, so I'm trying to like, I'm a sweet boy, intentions are in question, so my compliments are decoys, if that even makes sense. I'm not sure. You guys let me know. I want to keep it going because, again, it's a 7.5-minute song. Last thing I want to do is get stuck on some part, right? We're still just in verse 2. Okay, but the story's progressing. And again, we can relate to this. We've probably had this type of progression in a relationship before. Dope.
Compliments are decoys, if that even makes sense. The first time I met her, I'm surrounded by my friends, random ends on some staircase. So much for a first date. I just had a show and I asked if she could meet me after. Maybe we could chill, you never know where things could go. No problem, she down to roll. Traveled in a cold, saw her when I crossed the road. Grey hoodie under a coat, if I'm remembering correctly. It's always kinda weird when a person that you were texting's a person that you're obsessed with. I was on her from the jump. I think she was wearing pumps or Vans when I first met her. No, it's either one. She was looking so attractive, I barely saw skin cause she was covered like a mattress. Man, I think that she's the one. I was stuck for 20 seconds trying to give the girl a hug, and all my friends are drunk, so fuck it, I'm about to kiss her. Any complications, I'm blaming it on the liquor. Changing my name on Twitter and blocking her on my Insta. I saw her skin blush the moment that our lips touched. She pulled my bottom lip until it stretched, kissed me on my cheek until she reached around my neck and had me moaning like a bitch. Even though I'm wearing jeans, I had to rearrange my dick so she don't see that I'm a wreck. It's the first time we met, got me feeling like a creep, and that strawberry
Okay, I gotta point out that part. Hearing him laugh as he said that was super dope, because he could have just rapped it. But these are the little things, and he's talking about little things, but these are the little things in music that changes it. So he's telling us a story, right? But he's rapping. So there's certain expectations when we're rapping that, oh, like it has to sound a certain way, it has to be polished, whatever. But because he's telling a story, he can come in and out of that. He can be polished like it's rap, but he came out of that in that moment, laughed as he said, got me feeling like a creep. Because it's a humorous part of the story. And if he was just telling the story to his friends or to me or you without the music, without the rap, he would have laughed at that part. It makes it more real. Super dope.
Don't see that I'm a wreck. It's the first time we met, got me feeling like a creep, and that strawberry flavor gave her tongue a kind of sweet little taste that we could speak about anything. We were friends first. I dropped her to the station, I remember, cause we had a conversation for ages about our dreams and the things that we hadn't seen and all that we had intended to do. I bet she's hoping my intentions are true. And as months went by, we both got into it, and intimate. And I'ma spare you the details cause both of our parents are probably listening, but really we were into it, into us, into this.
Okay, I don't mean to stop again, but this part right here, and like I've had people on the channel ask me, anytime there's like a video that's overly sexual, or like there's lines in rap or in the song that I'm reacting to, whatever, that's overly sexual, I tend not to like linger on it or talk about it in too much depth. And this is the exact reason, because I'm like, someone asked, they're like, why don't you talk about the sexual stuff? I listen to it on my own. Like if I was just listening to music right now, like one of my favorite artists is The Weeknd. Have you heard The Weeknd's music? Like I'm not like averse to listening to it. However, when I'm on this channel and I'm on this camera and I'm posting these videos in public, I'm like, what if my cousins see this? What if my siblings see this? What if my parents see this? And then I just kind of like, I wouldn't talk about this stuff to them in person. I want to be me on this camera, like who I am and who I would be. So if I know that I'm talking to this audience, I will only talk about the things that I want to talk about. So anyways, this is a complete tangent, has nothing to do with the song, but it just made me think of that because same, man. Same, Dave. Same.
Cause both of our parents are probably listening, but really we were into it, into us, into this, into everything about each other. We were lovers, and I love her cause she knows me, and that's probably why she told me you ain't ready for a girl. You're still a little kid that's getting ready for the world, and you don't need that kind of burden. But I told her that I want it, and I'm just being honest. Yes, I know that girls exist, but I don't see them as a problem. I meant every single word, and I ain't gonna lie and say DMs have been absurd, but out of every single girl, this is the weirdest of positions. It's usually the girl that's asking where I see her fitting or a place in her position, but I'm telling her I need it, and I don't think she sees it, so I'm being even sweeter when we're speaking and we're meeting. I've got affectionate messages, you can read them. You gotta tell a girl that she's beautiful till she sees it, believes it, understands it more than physically, mentally, and the way that I'm feeling. I could talk for 10 years about the moments that we shared, the jokes that we had running, the places that we've been, the music we made together, producing next to my bed, then making my minor changes in reference to what she said. I think I started getting tired, my schedule's a mess, replies are getting lazy, and my lady knows it's crazy, but she's there if I'm in need, while I'm at shows getting tempted by girls that are on their knees. You know I'm only a teen, it's like my eyes started drifting, not as easy as I pictured to give your all to a woman, ignoring all this attention that's been getting to my head. This sex is so accessible, one message or text and girls will get in your bed. She's trying to make it happen with photos at her events. I mentioned it's a passion, photography is her thing, and I don't know if it's the pressure where paper meets the passion and the pleasure. We all gotta work to survive, so now she's popping up at shows, taking pictures on her own, and at first it wasn't cool, but fuck it, we'll let it go, until I saw her in some rapper's tracksuit. I felt away, she told me it was work and she was in some studio taking pictures, and I just sighed. Some halfway wannabe rappers had fed her lives, they ain't looking for no picture. I know it's your profession, but read their intentions. They ain't paying male photographers to shoot that same session, and I felt so disrespectful, standing on her dreams and crushing them. I just told her it's nothing, do what you need to do. If I ain't feeding you, then my opinion's all I'm giving when I speak to you, cause I don't have the right. Why should girls be punished for a male's dirty mind? When I think about it now, I'm ashamed to the core. I mean, how many men stop their women from achieving what they can because in secret they've been feeling insecure, and I can't handle my...
I'm sorry, man. Like, it was one of those things. I think that went for like 2 minutes without me stopping it, maybe. But like, the storytelling is just phenomenal, man. Like, it never feels like there's a right moment to stop to talk about anything. But just the way that this has progressed, the complexity that he managed, and this is the thing. You think about Leslie, you think about How I Met My Ex, you think about my 19th birthday. These are all kind of like How I Met My Ex and Leslie, more so like very, very well written stories. Not that my 19th birthday wasn't as good, but like these stories are a little different. And these songs had to be 7+ minutes long, 8 minutes long. Because if he tried to do this in 4 minutes, you couldn't get the detailed progression and the feelings and the intricacies of a relationship explained in that song if it was 4 minutes long. You need this extra time because of the way he's doing these little things where his life got a little more complicated and her life kind of stagnated, and then it was her trying to, get her life moving again, and that's what led her to make these other decisions while he's still doing his thing. And now the complexity of both of you moving forward, but maybe not in the same direction because, you're doing different things. And this is where we are right now. But this part right here, I mean, how many men stop their women from achieving what they can because in secret they've been feeling insecure? A lot. I have a thought. I'm going to save it to the end because I've already stopped a whole bunch. But if you want to hear that thought, we'll talk about it right at the end.
Stop their women from achieving what they can because in secret they've been feeling insecure, and I can't handle my emotions. It's probably why I didn't see her talent when I should have been supporting and promoting. Like I didn't have a platform, a voice and a following. With everyone I knew, I really could have done a lot of things to help chase her dream, but instead of me to grow into the person that she needs, I acted like I couldn't see. And I don't mean to say this like I don't trust the girl, but how can I trust her if I don't trust myself? And even girls can get tempted, you know how it goes. What if she meets a bigger rapper when she's at a show? What if he sees her backstage? What if he's selling lots? What if he's got a bigger car, got a better watch? That doesn't bother me, she really ain't material. It's all the little things they do that put the fear in you. What if he actually replies? What if he phones her too? What if he's doing all the things that I'm supposed to do? What if he's listening, laughing, relating? waiting? What if he even cares to ask her how her day's been? What if he's trying to give her everything she needs and expects from the one damn person that she's dating? I should have helped her follow a dream, but instead I held her back and had her following me. And boys got a brave face so they'll never know that it hurts just as much when you let them go.
Wow. Man. Crazy. Like crazy. Just the ability is insane. I I I don't know, man. Like even my favorite rapper, and I think like, and I don't want to get into argument of anything, but like in my opinion, he's the best rapper that I've ever heard. Even him, like when he does his storytelling, I don't think it's on this level. Like this is something else. I just have never listened to music that was able to do this. It's crazy. It's crazy. The thought that I was thinking of, for those of you that kind of stuck around, like I had a friend who asked me a while back. He's like, Z, my girlfriend, like we've been dating for a little while. She's, she makes more money than me. Like, I'm just kind of like having a hard time with it. Like, what do you think? Like, what would you do? And he's a very good friend of mine. He's been there for me like through some really tough times before, when I was going through some stuff. And yeah, I just talked to him. I was like, when I started dating my wife, so obviously before she was my wife, I actually worked for, like, she was the owner of the gym that I started working at. And so clearly, like, I was not doing as well as she was. But when we first started dating, like, I couldn't afford to like pay for dates or like go to like restaurants and stuff. And so like when we would like take turns, like if it was like, her turn to like, choose the date or whatever, it would be like we're going to a restaurant and then like she would pay for it. And then like if it was my turn, like I would buy groceries and I would like try to cook like a home cooked meal. Actually, our first Valentine's, it was my turn and I cooked a home cooked meal. And our first getaway together, we went away for the weekend. She had to pay for like the room and all that stuff, and I think I paid for like a dinner. I just couldn't afford it. And time goes on, time passes by. She was by all definitions more successful than me, more accomplished than me, more skilled than me. I still believe she's more skilled than me. I still believe she's more accomplished than me. But now she's, at home raising our son while I go and make the money to support our household. And relationships are dynamic and they change. And I think if we get hung up on these things, like who's achieving more, who's worth more, and especially with like traditional gender roles, I think guys tend to like really limit the possibilities, because what happens is you approach this relationship like it was a competition, like it was me versus you. You started with the comparisons. And what you didn't realize is that relationship needed to be a partnership. And when it's a partnership, it's a completely different game. When it's a partnership, it's okay that one partner might carry a little bit more of the load here. It might just be that in this moment they're stronger, they're more capable. But when it's my turn, maybe I can pick up that slack. But together we're moving towards the same destination. But when it's competition, the comparison keeps happening. Oh, they make more money than me. Oh, they have, they're able to do this more than me. Oh, they have a nicer job than me. Oh, they get more respect than me. Oh, they have more followers than me. I don't know, whatever the comparison is. But that line really like stood out to me. The parts where he was talking about the dynamics of the relationship, just because I just think it happens all the time. And for like, my friend is still with his girlfriend. They're super happy and they're doing really well together, and I'm really glad that he took my advice on that. And yeah, like maybe one of you guys needs to hear that advice. I don't know, like I'm not saying I'm some sort of expert or anything, but this is something that has worked really well for me in my relationship. And yeah, Dave's thought provoking, man. You listen to him, and it's just like I'm sitting here and I feel like there's all these thoughts in my mind, all of this stuff, and like I think when an artist can do that, there's something special. He's something special. If you guys are still here, I appreciate you spending your time with me. I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time.